Welcome to day one of our financial lunch and learn. This session covers finding opportunity growth in uncertain times. My name is Monique Ruiz, and I'm a senior marketing manager here at Claritas. I'm very excited to introduce our speaker for today, Catherine Spisszak, who's a director of product strategy here at Claritas. She leads a team of product managers that are responsible for all Claritas databases, ranging from syndicated segmentation to demographics, business data, and spending data. You'll hear from her in just a moment, but first, as you all know, we're facing a period in history none of us has ever seen before. And the reality is, this has had a major impact on many people's finances. In fact, only a quarter of Americans say COVID-19 has not impacted their financial situation, and over 80% consider themselves somewhat or very stressed about it. What we believe is the most surprising are the percentages we're seeing of people not feeling supported by their financial institutions. 35% feel as though their primary bank or credit union hasn't shown any concern for their personal financial situation. And as of early April, the majority of Americans had not seen an announcement of any kind of relief measure by their institutions. This is an opportunity to build brand loyalty with your customers or members by being there when they need you. And it can help you capture market share from your competitors if they aren't giving customers or members the support they need. So that leads to the question of, how do you identify opportunity consumers for specific products or services? We're going to address ways you can accomplish these two goals on the screen to hopefully help you avoid being one of those less than desirable statistics on the previous screen. First, you need to know more about your current customers and members and the prospects that look just like them. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Catherine now to share her expertise. Catherine?
Thanks, Monique. In today's ever-changing world, financial marketers are asked to perform a balancing act. You need to grow members, you need to increase asset bases, cross-sell products and services, and improve satisfaction levels. And usually you need to do all of this with less budget than you had the year before. Consumers have varying needs, preferences, and means for engaging with you. So how do you prioritize which products and services to message to your consumers? And how do you reach them in a personalized manner in the channels that are most likely to be successful? Well, we think segmentation is an invaluable resource for understanding where to focus your efforts and to provide the precision needed to deliver your messages across channels. Some benefits of segmentation include being able to analyze and reach your customers in a regulatory compliant way, measure market composition to develop strategies and set performance goals, and then compare actual market penetration rates against the potential market size. Demographics alone cannot be used to accomplish all of this. Customer data alone cannot accomplish all of this. But segmentation, which combines demographic and behavioral data, can be used with your customer records to accomplish all of these tasks and more, both effectively and powerfully. Simply put, segmentation is the process of grouping households with similar behaviors, wants, and needs to achieve higher marketing efficiencies. By truly understanding your customers, you can deliver the right message to the right customer in the right channel, helping to reduce waste and improve response rates. Financial marketers need more than a score to accurately predict or understand customer financial behaviors. They need an actionable marketing solution. Today, we'll talk about how to find growth using segmentation and data intelligence with a client example. You'll see how identifying opportunities starts with knowing more about your customers and members and finding more like them.
So, Catherine, I think that was a great overview of what segmentation is and does for those that might not be familiar on the line. But what about financial marketers in particular? They're probably wondering, are there differences in the type of segmentation they can leverage to accomplish their goals?
Mhm. Segmentation systems are powerful because they enable marketers to create a complete portrait of their customers. Not only does segmentation indicate who your best customers and prospects are, it uncovers what your best customers are like, what they buy, what their attitudes are toward a category, and what their current lifestyle behaviors are, including media choices, which will then uncover where and how to reach them. When reviewing segmentation systems, it is important to find one that is optimized for use within your industry, such as Cycle Premier is for the financial and insurance industry. Cycle Premier is a syndicated segmentation system that Claritas has created specifically for financial marketers. It classifies every U.S. household into one of 60 consumer segments based in part on the income producing or liquid assets of a household, as well as income, age, family structure, and a wide variety of financial and investment behaviors. Claritas Cycle Premier has a couple of groundbreaking features that play key roles that make it optimized for use in the financial and insurance industry that are worth noting. The first is the use of a big data source of property level home value as an input that allows for a more precise read into wealthier segments, which are typically harder to identify and predict because they're a relatively small part of the US population. Another innovative feature is a measure of technology use that identifies the extent to which a household has embraced technology. And it helps to better understand if a segment is an early adopter or a laggard, which is invaluable for product development, like app or website use, and for the financial marketer to use for media planning and channel choice for campaigns. Something to consider when reviewing segmentation systems is whether it offers the ability to link the segmentation data to behavioral and survey data necessary for departments across the financial institution to benefit from its usage. Claritas offers an extensive set of ancillary databases and links to third-party data. This allows marketers to use data outside of their own customer files and product mix to pinpoint products and services that their best customers are most likely to use. There are over 8,000 lifestyle, spending, and psychographic behavior data attributes available, ranging from retail and financial product use to media preferences and risk tolerance. There are over 600 different profiles on financial product use alone. Some examples include using mobile wallets, credit card usage and estimated balances, checking and savings account and investment information, likelihood to use an array of professional financial services, and even the length of time with a primary institution. Additionally, there are also over 230 attributes on insurance, detailing things like switching, attitudes, and specific information about all different types of policies. We're going to see more details on what is available in some later slides.
So, Catherine, I want to jump back in and ask a few questions that we've seen kind of come up over and over again when it comes to segmentation to know more about your ideal audiences. So, the first question we see a lot is, are there other ways financial marketers can use segmentation besides what you just mentioned?
Sure. So many clients use it internally to score or append their existing base to understand their best targets. They also use it as an input to models to predict market share, future growth, and change. Externally, many are using it to find their next best customer and the best channels to reach them. They're finding new prospects by looking at who's likely to be banking with their competitors and then developing and enhancing product offerings based on usage patterns. Some other examples that come to mind in today's economy are offers of credit card, vehicle, home loan assistance for those feeling the financial pinch, or focused tutorials and videos to show a non-technical consumer how to pay bills online, and making sure that those consumers get access to those videos.
And what about when a bank or a credit union's risk team is concerned about segmentation because of the whole fair lending debate?
This is important. So the need to strike a balance between understanding all aspects of your best customers for purposes of marketing and product mix, while also remaining compliant with regulations, is top of mind for all those in the financial service industry. Regulation B focuses on discrimination in credit determinations, and you're going to want to work with a provider that has this in mind. Claritas does not provide credit reporting information to be used for credit decisions. We provide marketing information to be used for marketing and promotional purposes only. The use of our products for marketing purposes is not prohibited by any laws or regulations. Furthermore, our segmentation systems use a broad spectrum of demographic and lifestyle information to describe households and geography. Each U.S. household is grouped into segments based on aggregated or modeled information that represents millions of households. So no information about a unique individual or household is published or reported within our segment assignments. But most importantly, sensitive variables included in Regulation B, such as race, ethnicity, religion, national origin, and gender, are not drivers or inputs in the Cycle Premier model. So rest assured, hundreds of banks are using our Cycle Premier segmentation today for so many different use cases, and all in regulatory compliant ways that bring value both to them and their consumers.
And then related to that last question, what if they have sensitivities to some of the drivers and they can't use them to make business decisions?
So in this case, you'd want to use something called custom segmentation. Custom segmentation allows you to choose what drivers are used as inputs in the model, and sometimes even more importantly, what drivers, data inputs are not used in the model. One of the many advantages of working with Claritas is that we have a proprietary segmentation methodology that allows us to offer custom segmentation systems built by a data science team with years of experience doing just this. Your new segments can be activated across a broad range of Claritas data and third-party assets to acquire new customers online and offline, and include extensive deliverables like audience profiles, storyboards, geographic distributions, and segment directories. And unlike many custom segmentation solutions on the market, our custom solutions provide all the benefits of syndicated audiences, including the ability to onboard your segments to channel platforms for campaign execution.
So final question for you, Catherine. How are financial institutions using data like segmentation in a way that respects account holders' privacy?
Again, this is something that companies have on top of mind. As everyone knows, people are protecting the information that's gathered about them online more than ever. So marketers have to look for alternative solutions to understanding their consumers. And that's where segmentation really has its advantages in today's environment. A data provider should be transparent in their statement on privacy. Claritas has stringent policies, protocols, and technical protections in place to create privacy-safe marketing solutions like Cycle Premier. Claritas builds our models in a privacy-safe way. We begin with a sample of people for which many of their behaviors and characteristics are known. This data is required from original research and third-party providers who have a legal right to provide us with such information. The data is voluntarily given, they can opt out at any time, and is either self-reported or modeled. Using this data, Claritas creates an audience definition, and then with statistical modeling, we can find many other households who fit this definition by creating lookalikes that don't use any PII or personally identifiable information.
All right, well, thanks for answering those questions up front since I know that we do get them a lot. And so want to address things that people might be thinking of right now. But can you go ahead and actually bring some of that data to life for us now?
Sure. So we're facing unprecedented times. We've experienced months of stay-at-home orders, with some states, like my own, still under these orders until at least June. Unopened businesses means lost jobs, small businesses facing closure, and widespread lost income. People are unable to pay for rent, food, cars, etc. And unemployment is experiencing its sharpest rise in US history. The BLS reported that the US economy lost 20.5 million jobs in April, with the unemployment rate reaching 14.7 that month, which more than tripled the March unemployment rate of 4.4%. and speculation is that it will be at 20% by the end of this month. This change to people's financial situations will need to be addressed. So let's take this case study with our original goals in mind. We wanted to aid those in need and find ways to continue growing our business. In this case study, we'll be taking a look at the People's Credit Union. Based in Ohio, their client base has been hard hit with unemployment claims in the wake of the current pandemic. So how can they best serve their members and keep their business profitable? The approach the People's Credit Union took was to score their CRM file with Psycho Premier. Appending a segment number to each of their customers allows them to understand the makeup of their branches and more about their best customers. By appending Cycle Premier to their current customer file, the People's Credit Union knows that 2 of their top segments offer both the opportunity to provide needed assistance and the potential to increase their growth in the Cincinnati DMA. The first segment we will focus on offers the credit union a chance to assist one of their top segments in a time of need. By coding their file, they realize that this group of members makes up a large percentage of the People's Credit Union's overall member base. This segment is called Credit Country, so let's look more deeply at who Credit Country is. Cycle Premier Segment 32, Credit Country, is over 35% more likely than the average household in the Cincinnati DMA to have used 4 or more credit cards in the past 3 months. They're 40% more likely to use an ATM or debit card 10 or more times in a month, and 70% more likely to have used a bankruptcy attorney in the last 12 months. They're very likely to have a personal loan with their credit union, thus their potential need for financial assistance. As we know, they're of average technology use, so the People's Credit Union would want to communicate with them both offline and online with direct mail and digital campaigns. Knowing their finances are stressed, the credit union might do well to offer assistance by way of a loan consolidation or an offer for a credit card with a low interest rate or 0% interest on balance transfers, which would help them pay off their debts faster and save them money at a time where every dollar counts. I'd like to bring your attention at this time to some of the other behavioral aspects of Credit Country that show the breadth and depth of our data, such as the fact that they have 401ks and 529 college savings plans. In addition, their IPA or income producing liquid assets are under 100,000, and that 80% of them are homeowners. All of this information provides a more complete picture of the consumer to People's Credit Union when making business decisions on what offer to make them and how best to reach them. The second segment we'll focus on offers the credit union a chance to continue growing revenue, which is critical right now. This group of members, again, makes up a large percentage of the People's Credit Union's overall member base, which they know from looking at their coded customer file. This segment is khakis and credit. Khakis and credit, Cycle Premier Segment 27, are nearly 50% more likely than the average household in the Cincinnati DMA to have a home improvement loan, and nearly 80% more likely to refinance their home mortgage. They represent an opportunity for the People's Credit Union to grow. They like to manage their finances online and invest with their family in mind. They're above average in their tech use, so to save money on reaching them, the People's Credit Union will engage a multi-channel digital campaign focused on email, social, and display. The People's Credit Union will focus their messaging around this segment's likelihood to take out a home improvement loan and refinance their home mortgage. They'll create campaigns that promote their rates, which are lower than some of their competitors and are getting even lower in the current situation. Their ads will use family imagery and educate them on the savings they might see from refinancing now or the financial advantages of tackling home improvement projects now that they may have put off. So what has the People's Credit Union learned by using Psycho Premier? And what advantages did a syndicated segmentation system specifically tailored for use in the financial and insurance industry provide to them? Well, first, they found an effective way to stay on top of their current goals. These goals, again, were to provide assistance and grow the business. By coding their customer records with Cycle Premier, they were able to pinpoint target segments to focus on. They identified that Credit Country is high in debt, relies on credit. So they know that this segment will need offers of financial assistance at this time. They've also identified that another top segment, khakis and credit, are likely to take out home improvement loans or refinance their mortgages. So they know what products to target to these customers in this time of unprecedented low rates. But equally as important as identifying target markets and offers that will resonate for products to pitch to them, segmentation has told them how to reach these customers in a way that maximizes their ROI. They know that these targets are tech savvy and will see offers on Facebook and Instagram. They know that the targets appreciate ads that are personalized, so they should use the People's Credit Union name and logo and sympathize with current situations. And they understand that these segments like to receive email and text message offers, so they know exactly what channels to use to promote their products. Segmentation told the People's Credit Union all of this information. So we've shown you now that the People's Credit Union can use Cycle Premier in a granular, proven, and efficient way to target and reach their best customers and achieve their goals.
Thanks, Catherine, for that. I did want to go ahead and run through a few key takeaways. Have a clear understanding of the direction you can take moving forward. So essentially, the first two takeaways on the screen cover both sides of the coin. Remember, all consumers are not the same, but segmentation can help you prioritize your aid efforts and ensure your growth, especially when it's financial segmentation. And to round it out, when you know more, you can maximize your marketing dollars by reaching those best customers or those best members or best prospects through the channels they engage with most with a message that actually resonates. Today, we focused on identifying your audiences. And then tomorrow's session, which is called Digital Best Practices for Higher Campaign Results, will actually focus on improving the delivery of your message with some best practices from our in-house expert, Maria Papademos. We appreciate all of you joining us today, and we do hope that you're staying safe out there. If you want to meet better prospects, market more precisely, and improve your ROI, I want to invite you all to check out a brand new website, claritas.com. We've recently updated the look and feel of that, and we've added a ton of new free insights that you can access directly through there. So we hope to see you guys back here tomorrow for our second Lunch and Learn, but if not, have a wonderful rest of your week and an even better weekend. Bye now.